Hello everybody, this is Alex from Abyzz, and we're here to talk about different mounting options of our flow cannons. So right now we do have 3 different sizes of flow cannons available. This is the AFC 150 running with 60 cubic meters per hour, and this is the smallest of our flow cannons. Suitable for tanks, let's say beginning at roughly 2000 liters. So in my 1800 liter tank I have one of them running. Actually there will be a second one, but not because it's not doing enough flow, but rather to have some flow variation in the tank going on. But this pump is already capable of having a very good impact depth of roughly 10 meters in a system, so suitable for anything from 2 cubic meter to, you know, wherever you want to go. If you have a slightly bigger tank, then we have the AFC 400 model, which comes in with 185 cubic meters roughly per hour in transport with 400 watts. Also very silent, same thing basically as with all the AFC pumps that we have. That's one of the biggest advantages, that they are silent even underwater. The AFC 400 is with an impact depth of roughly 20 meters, so when you mount this in a bigger tank, you will have a very good water transport, and you will also see on the surface some very good water movement depending on where you want to push all of this. For really big applications, we have the AFC 1200, the biggest one, moving 550 metric tons of water per hour with 1.2 kilowatts maximum power. Same with all the Abyzz pumps. If you reduce the power, of course the electrical consumption goes down very quickly. So at roughly half the capacity, our pumps use less than a third of the energy. So that makes it a very, very interesting solution to switch around with the flow. So these, even though they're made to be run at full power all the time, and that doesn't really affect the warranty at all, it will reduce your power bill if you just let them run in, for example, random mode, to give your tank variation in flow, and thus reducing the energy that you need as well. So now, how do we mount these things? So the biggest question if you're mounting one of those is how stable that mounting has to be. And the standard mounting that we offer and that we recommend for all those pumps is our titanium mounting bar. So we have these rods, 60 millimeter in diameter. All the mounting that we do, and all the screws and all the washers and nuts and everything, they are all made out of titanium grade 2. So you don't have any issues with electrocorrosion unless you start mixing metals. So warning, don't go cheap and don't go with a stainless steel bolt or something, just, you know, for an interim solution that will fail in a saltwater aquarium very, very quickly. So we're talking about a time span of maybe 2 months to 3 months, and then the stainless steel bolt will be rotting away as long as it's in contact with the titanium, as it's the lesser quality metal. So all our mounting systems are safe to be used in saltwater, everything titanium grade 2. If you use this mounting, you can, for example, mount this on a ceiling or on the floor with this mounting. You can also use this mounting to, for example, mount this on a concrete slab in a larger tank, and then the concrete slab can be just put on the ground, and you will have your mounting pipe here where you then can connect even multiple pumps if you want to. This is all a clamp solution, so all those clamps come with this holding, and then you put this mounting rod in there, screw this with the titanium bolts, and then the thing is fixed. To mount this on the concrete, we do offer titanium bolts as well. Those are wall anchors. Just drill a hole into your concrete, then you will put one of those glue packages in, and this will be pushed into that hole with an electric drill. You mix the glue, and then within 10 minutes this is basically hardened, and then you can never take this out again. And then you just use those titanium bolts. They are all self-securing, so when they've been mounted once, you shouldn't use these again, because then they won't have the same momentum for loosening. And then these will make sure that those mountings will be absolutely stable on your wall or on your ceiling.
Everything in the online shop available?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Soon, because our online shop will be relaunched very soon, so within the next 2 months probably, and then you'll find all the mounting options in the shop in a much better overview than it is right now. So this is the wall mount The wall mount makes sure that you have a minimum distance from the wall, so you can actually angle the pumps also sideways if you want to blow tangentially into a tank. As said, if you use this with a 2-meter rod, it's perfectly fine to put a pump at the end. This is made to hold that momentum. If you put 3 pumps in the same direction, you might want to use 2 of these, one in the top and one on the bottom, but that's the easiest way of mounting these rods. Next big advantage for those titanium parts is that you can use them as additional grounding. So all the AFC pumps, the 400 and the 1200, all those metal parts are already connected to protection earth. So when you connect the driver to your wall outlet, you do have that grounding connector in your wall outlet, and that is directly connected to all the titanium parts. Still, that might be a very long cable run, and that's why we recommend to use an additional grounding cable, which we also offer, and then you can mount this to your AFC pump directly. And then even in the case that an animal bites or damages the cable and you might have electricity in the water or not a proper grounding anymore, you will still have that securing extra grounding cable mounted to your pump, or in this case mounted directly to your titanium bar, which will act as a perfect ground probe. So that will be a very, very safe solution. We also recommend to run these cables inside the titanium bar. So just pull a hole into the titanium bar, and then the cable can actually go directly from the rear of the pump into this pipe, and then the cable is absolutely secured, so no animal can actually reach that cable. And since the cable plugs are also watertight, you can actually draw them back in case you need to take the pump out. For angling those pumps, you can actually use our angle mount. This is an additional rod if you have a high load or big animals that might, swim against the pumps. You can actually mount this once the pump is adjusted in the right angle, and then the pump will be super stable because you have this static triangle here. For mounting the angle mount or adjusting it, you just pull out this one bar, and then you can basically, even underwater, this works with gloves, so it's not a fine solution. It is a bit rugged, but you need to work with this also when you have gloves on, when you're diving. So now you can adjust the angle to your desired angle, and then you just put this bar back in, and then the pump is mounted. And this will absolutely hold fine. If you have sea lions or anything that swim against the pump, then we recommend to use this additional bar. You adjust these clamps, and then you just mount them on either of these holes, which will then make sure that the pump is absolutely secure. Additional mounting for the AFC 1200 pump and for the 400 is, for example, these angles. So if you want to mount them on a concrete slab directly, you can use these angle mounts. 2 of those sheets will be mounted on the side, and then you have basically a flat or even surface, and then you can bolt these into any material that you would like to use, for example PVC or FRP or a concrete slab into your aquarium. We also offer, in cooperation with some of the aquarium theming artists, some solutions in artificial rocks. If you're interested in that, just send us an email with what kind of design you would like, and then we can make you a proposal. Those hideouts basically come with a concrete slab that is mounted in that angle already that you desire, and then you put your artificial rock cover on top, so a diver can easily lift off the cover in case there's maintenance necessary or there's things stuck in the pump. All these extra covers come with extra strainers on the sides and on the rear, so you have an additional protection for those pumps. All the pumps come with this guard grid. It's available in 2 different sizes. So for this one we have roughly 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. If you have smaller fish, you can get this in half the size. And then if you have very small fish, we do also offer a complete titanium basket strainer that goes around this pump, makes it a little bit bigger, but then make sure that you have openings of 6 by 8 millimeters, so no small fish can get in, and that's a good solution, available for all these pumps as well. If you have any other questions, or if you need any customer specific mounting or protections, please let us know. We do have welders here that do customer specific mountings and protection baskets. So if you have large animals like alligators or whatever that might damage the pump or bite those pumps, we can put titanium rings around it in a larger cage, and that will make sure that the animals can't damage the pump, and also that the animals can't hurt themselves on those edges of those pumps. Even though the corners are, or the edges are all broken, you can cut yourself very easy. Is it still necessary, if you have large animals that swim fast, to protect this? Because if an animal hits these bars, see, or myself, then they might be able to damage themselves, and that's why you should put an additional protection basket around it. Same thing with the smaller titanium basket. That will also protect the animals, because that's only a titanium mesh, so there's no sharp edges, but that won't hold away an alligator in case they want to bite the pump. For the AFC 150, we do offer a pipe clamp mount. So this screws onto the back of the pump. So you have 3 mounting holes that you can use, 8 millimeters in diameter. This clamp comes with titanium screws, which you put in from the front. So you can loosen either these screws and take the guard grid off the pump and then mount the screws, or you have a long Allen key and then you can go through the pump, mount this, and then you just use a standard PVC pipe. We recommend the 16 bar type with a thicker wall, available in 40 millimeters or also in 1.5 inch if you're working in Imperial. So this then can mount directly to the PVC pipe, and then you can mount your PVC pipe however you like. We do also offer a magnet, or 2 different magnets for this, one up to 2 centimeters and then one up to almost 4 centimeters in thickness. That's basically the mounting options for these. We also have artificial rocks for those. You'll find those in the shop. If you need anything specific, please let us know. As said, send us an email with your ideas or with your design. If you already have a theming in your, for example, public aquarium, and you have any specific type of rocks, send us some pictures, and then the artist will come up with a solution for your hideout, and that will be very simple. All right, so if there's any more questions, please write in the comments, leave us a like, and give us your critics if there are any, and I'll be happy to answer you on that. Otherwise, I suggest we'll see you next Saturday on our channel. Take care, have a good day, bye bye.